What's up? This is Joan. Make sure to tune into Unkles Podcast. Let's go.
Yeah, whoa, welcome to the Unkles. Yeah, whoa, welcome to the Unkles. Whoa, Uncles think tis an Uncles thing. Pull up on the party and stuff facts we bring. Yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, Uncles think tis an Uncles thing. Pull up on the party and stuff facts we bring. Yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Uncles episode 97. Today I've got a very special guest with me. One guy I actually met when I started going to this gym out at Windsor at Genesis. I used to see him a lot, and then one day he finally came over, introduced himself, and I found out he was from PNG as well. So it's really nice to have this guy in the studio. But before we get into it, I thought I'd just let you guys know we've got our new heavy tees, as you can see here. One with the three Uncles heads on the left side, and it's got the big Uncles logo on the back. So guys, hop onto our shop, unkles.com, and you can grab one there. But now let's get into the episode. I've got this great man here that's joining us. Trevor, how are you, bro?
Good, bro. Thanks for having me. It's good. Good intro.
Nah, thank you. It's
been a while, eh?
Yeah, it's been a minute, but as I said at the start there, I still remember that day when I came into train and saw a familiar face, someone who looked like he could be from PNG but wasn't too sure.
That's what I was doing with you. I saw you and I'm like,
yeah.
And these, like what we were talking about earlier off camera about you don't know these days, but I'm thinking, I think I just came up to you to be like, you from PNG?
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, oh yeah, oh okay. Yeah. And then no, it was good to meet you that day because then 1 year now.
Yeah, 1 year, and then I guess ever since then, whenever I'd come into the gym, if you weren't busy with a client, then we would. Talk, catch up, and then you told me you knew Charles as well.
Yeah. So, oh wow, this is a while ago. I don't know if he's told you this, but I saw an ad, and they wanted people of PNG heritage for this. I don't know if they told us it was going to be SP beer. They said you must be of PNG heritage. We're going to shoot an ad. You need to send in a video of you doing these specific tasks. And so I remember I did this quick video and I'm thinking, they're going to think this is nuts. Anyway, then they contacted me and they're like, oh yeah, come into a studio. It was at West End. I didn't see Charles then. I saw this other guy that was in the ad. And I think we had to try on, I think it was a while ago, but I think it was like, try on overall type of things.
Yep.
Anyway, we get to location and then we find out it's an SP. It's for SP beer. It is on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
They wanted, I don't know if the people in charge anyone was from PNG, and that's not against anyone, but they were just telling us guys it's going to be the bird of paradise type point of view. Coming through like a warehouse kind of container shipping yard location. We're like workers.
Yeah.
And I was in one different location, Charles in another different location, and the bird's kind of coming through and showing a different point of view of us kind of like working hard, and we can't wait for the end of the day to have this SP beer.
Okay.
But this is pretty funny. It's kind of like similar like me and you. Charles rocks up to the audition, like we're about a meter away, and you just kind of do these ones of like looking at each other. Yeah. I'm thinking, he didn't look so familiar, but it looked like this guy's, I don't know, compared to the other guy, I can't even remember the other guy, but I was just like, hey man, do we know each other? And he was just like, I don't know. And he goes, I think I'm like you. We're just looking at each other like, do we know each other? Yeah. I don't think we ever met.
Yeah.
But it was just like, and then, and then
there.
next minute, we said a few people's names around Brisbane, and then, and then I actually just found out recently, I don't know if he even knows this, but Charles's dad, I think, is from Rabaul.
Yes.
I got that right?
Yep,
And,
he's from Rabaul.
My mum just said they've just found out his dad is related to our family. And
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So you guys are related.
Well,
somewhere.
Yeah, and to be honest, and it's just weird that day to like with the other guy. It just me and Charles looking at each other, and we're just both like
felt a connection.
Yeah, and I don't know how to explain that.
We always talk about it.
To be honest,
on the podcast, we feel
what is
whenever
it? Like
even if I'm walking down the road and there's a PNG person sort of on the other side of the road, there's something that I look that way, they look this way, and then we just lock eyes, and then you just know. It's like a sixth sense. I've worked it out now. I think I've worked it out.
And it can be almost like universal. Hey, it doesn't have to be like you're in Australia. You could be anywhere and see another. I don't know. Yeah. So that's how I met Charles.
Yeah, crazy.
And then it was a bit, and then like all these other connections of people, and then it was a PNG ad.
Yeah,
it was so interesting because we were the only 3 people of PNG heritage looking there.
Oh, okay. There was no one.
And so they'd say all this, like what we're going to do in this ad and that, and then us 3 boys we were kind of like, okay. Like they're like, you go stand over there and you go and do this, and this is what they would do in PNG, and we were like, okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty.
That's funny.
It went most of the day too.
Yeah.
Just standing around waiting, you do something little, okay, shoot that again.
That would have been tiring.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, and we didn't have any lines, but it's just like, and I think they were filming stuff on back of trucks, and so the trucks had to get right, and it was it was interesting.
Wow. Well, let's get into it. The first one, what we always do on the Uncles is we start with the word of the week.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And
I like watching this.
And it's it's become our thing now, and
it's good.
For everyone or for anyone who's tuning in and doesn't know, it's a word that explains your last week. Could be a feeling, could be something that happened. But Trevor, bro, what would be your word of the week?
I've been thinking about this, and for lately, what I've been going through and what's been going on, I definitely have to say adaptable. And I think if you think of our conversations just off camera before, like, talking about the knee injury and whatever, but I always think about this, and myself and others, if you can be adaptable, you have more of an open mindset, you can be more flexible in the approach in whatever you're trying to achieve, and to be adaptable, you're just going to switch that course of action that just keeps the wheels turning over. Mm-hmm. And like, as I said just earlier about the knee injury, we know, I could just stop and give up, but you just got to change your course of action, be adaptable, be flexible in the approach, and then, keep going. So, I've been thinking about that heaps. Adaptable. That's the word,
I love that word, and it's. I feel like it's really important, especially in this day and age when there's a lot of things going on, and you need to, be adaptable to, perform at different levels. Talk to different people as well. So I think it's a very important word.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So let's get to our next point. But look, funny thing is, I don't like we know each other.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about podcasts is you actually get to know someone.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And the thing is, I was looking at these questions, and for someone like you who I probably met only a year ago, I don't know. Your background and all of these. So these sorts of questions, they excite me. So let's start off with the first one, bro. Where were you born and raised?
So I was born in Rabaul, and I only ended up staying there for 3 months. But I guess to kind of go back a little bit, my mother's from Rabaul, And I guess there's a connection here with an old PNG airline, and it's called TAA.
Wow.
So I don't know, the older people probably would remember that. But my mum worked for TAA and in Rabaul, and my dad is from Victoria. He saw a job advertised in Rabaul for this TAA airline. So he's never gone to PNG.
Yeah.
He's gone to Rabaul. My mum and dad working at the same airline, and then that rest is history. And then I was born there, and then 3 months after we actually went and lived in Torres Strait Island.
Wow.
And then from Torres Strait Island to Cairns, and then in Cairns we grew up in. We started like primary school level in Malanda and Atherton Tablelands. So Cairns people would know this, but
yeah,
it's kind of higher up in the mountains. And then we moved to Yorkeys Knob, did primary school there a little bit, and then we moved to Trinity Park Beach.
Wow.
And which is about 20 minutes outside of Cairns, maybe. If I get that right. And so I went to Trinity Beach Primary School in Cairns, and then ended up going to Smithfield High School. Yeah, but Cairns' upbringing was good. So there's quite a large PNG population there, and also quite large Torlai people from Rabaul population there. So yeah.
Yeah, take us through that, because a lot of who you are today, we like to say, is shaped by some of those childhood memories and those times when you were a bit younger. So what was it like? I'm quite interested in when you lived in the Torres Strait, but also Cairns back in those days. Like, what was it? Would have been a fun time, I'd say.
It was, man. It was like, also, especially growing up in the beaches area of Cairns, this is the time of, this sounds crazy, but there's no swimming nets, and in Cairns has like jellyfish, crocodiles, and all your friends would be, there were so many different beaches, and how you would visit friends is you just go either swim or cross creeks through one beach to go see your friends who live at another beach. But then I think, and a lot of Cairns people will agree with me on this, if you being from PNG and born in Rabaul, as I said, the PNG population, and especially Torlai's population in Cairns, is huge. You do grow up so much in it, and you're not even in Rabaul, you're in Cairns, but it's
another PNG. Yeah,
there's so many get-togethers, and even the way my mum brought us up, it was very much Australian way, but also like PNG, Torlai Rabaul way as well.
Yeah. And
you have so many cousins and so many friends that are from Rabaul, so it was a lot of fun, a lot of get-togethers. You make so many friends, and even like I remember starting high school, and I met 3 cousins at my high school that were my mum's cousins' kids. And it just, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you're
crazy.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And then, and like you'd walk past each other, going, oh, he looks like me.
Yeah.
And it was you find out, and then Cairns was a lot like that. Of you would find regularly meeting a new relative in some line. I should touch on this. We're part of a clan from Rabaul that is, it's the Naporo clan, and it's, hopefully I get this right, but it's like 250 years old.
Wow.
And it's actually I think it's actually one of the largest clans of Rabaul. So, it extends, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of fun Cairns was though, yeah.
Oh, it would have been, and you would have just met, so many different PNG people from all over PNG that live and settle there now. And I mean, I don't know. I'd like to know, anyone who knows, like, share the stats on what might be the population.
Yeah, I know.
PNG
that's actually,
population in Cairns.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I wonder what that is actually.
I reckon it'd have to be I don't know, close to 100,000
Yeah,
maybe.
that was like moving away from Cairns. I would then realize like, oh, like this is not everywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
Brisbane's getting like that.
I
though.
noticed.
Yeah.
I noticed, and I like, you know, I got friends, family. My mum, a part of the East New Britain club,
Yes.
and also when I go to the Independence
Yes.
Day, then I'm like, oh yeah, there's
It's like
quite
10,
a lot of tall eyes in
20,000.
Brisbane. Yeah.
It's like they get 10, 20,000 people there.
Yeah, but even now, I've seen that Independence event grow. And I'm like, wow, the PNG population in Brisbane's getting big.
It's huge.
And like the younger generation, you know, coming through, and you're like, wow. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good because you know, I feel what drives community and keeps everyone, you know, so close is the people, and the more people here, it makes it sort of, you know, and more enjoyable for us. I'd say having those days and
That's
those
right.
get-togethers.
Well, that like Independence now, it's not just, you might have maybe a few only people from certain areas doing their dance, and now you go there and it's like
Everyone. It's like
heaps
every province.
yeah, every province has got their dance, or there's a stall, there's different foods, and I was like, this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, PNG's not a big country, but it's good that you can go to this kind of event and be like, oh yeah, I can still see all this culture
Yeah.
around, and not actually being in PNG.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was high school like for you? Because that you mentioned is Trinity Bay. Was it?
Trinity Beach. Sorry, Trinity Beach.
Trinity
State,
Beach.
State school.
Yep.
So that was interesting because I was the only person, I think, like that was from PNG
Okay.
at the school.
Yeah.
And to be like, also like, okay, this kid has brown skin,
Yeah.
curly hair,
Yeah.
and be like, and you know, not too many people knew about PNG, so it's like, oh, why do you look like that? And I was born in, you know, I was born in PNG, and then
Did you get Torres Strait Islander a lot, or Indigenous?
Sometimes, yeah, I would get growing up in Cairns, because the you know, there's a large population of Torres Strait Island and Indigenous population there. So yeah, I would get Torres Strait Islander, Indigenous,
Kiwi.
yeah, Kiwi, man. And like, this is just off track, but
Yeah.
I've been to events and people are like, "Oh, are you Lebanese?" Honestly, me and my brother, I'll never forget this. Me and my brother are waiting in this line to get this Lebanese food. And anyway, we're standing there and we're getting closer, but there's people in front of us. The guy at the food at the counter there was like, he started speaking Lebanese, and then me and my brother were like, and then we're like, look back, and then my brother goes, "Oh, he's talking to us," and then we're just kind of like waving and smiling, and then we're getting closer, and then my brother's like, "This guy fully thinks we're Lebanese," and then and then he's like, he just started going, "Lebanon, hey, Lebanon," and everyone was looking at us, and we were just like, "Lebanon." And he like we went to pay for the food, and he's like, no, like. And like, we didn't say anything because he wouldn't even give us a chance to talk. And then we got the food, and we were like, my brother's like, "Oh, let's just go."
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, and then it was good because like, I think when you're by yourself and you go to a school where there is not many other PNG looking people. People, I know it's early days, but then people go, "Oh, PNG," and then, "Oh, where's Rabaul?" or "What's that?" Or and I think me and you talking off camera before, I think people can hear the word PNG, or they've met one PNG person in their life, and then they just go, "Oh yeah, everyone looks like my friend James, who might be from wherever," and then they meet either you or me, and then they're like, "Oh, how come you two don't look like James?" Or so I guess I guess education and learning from the horse's mouth is the way to do it, I think. So yeah,
it's the way to go. And I mean, I had it quite a few times where, when I was here.
What would you get?
Oh, heaps. I got lots of indigenous Pacific Islander, Samoan, Tongan, Kiwi.
Yep. Fiji.
Fijian a lot.
Yep.
Even I got one guy thought I was Indian. Like when I grow my beard out, he thought I was Indian.
Yeah.
So when you said Lebanon, I was like,
yeah, you got it.
Close.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And then I've had South American one time.
Yep.
I was at the train station and this guy came up to me, started speaking like Portuguese, and I was like, sorry, brother.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So
I think what I learned early on as well is people back in the day didn't really understand mixed heritage. That's one thing I've always learned is like, they like, oh, you look like this. And then people see my mum, or then people see my dad, and they're like, people that don't really know other mixed heritage people, they're not around it. Where I've been around it, like heaps of family as mixed heritage. So so that was always interesting.
It is very interesting, and it's funny when I think back to when I first came here. You know, I got the cannibal questions a few times.
Oh, I got that all the time. I know.
And I feel like this is perfect because I want to talk about it now.
A good platform to each person to have their own perspective on it. And
and that was the whole point of us like having the podcast now is that we can educate Australians and Aussies that, you know, not all of us are cannibals. Plus, that doesn't happen there anymore.
Yeah.
It used to happen there, you know, 100 years ago, 50, maybe 50, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, even like Torlo's a long time ago did it. Like,
So, I mean, I tell my friends just as a running joke, like it's, you know, we're only 2 to 3 generations removed from that. So watch out, guys. But when you're a young kid and you hear that, it can be a bit you know, confronting.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you're 14, 13 and your mates go like, oh, don't you guys eat people?
Yeah.
And your first reaction in your head's like, no, we don't.
Yeah.
And then it hits you the wrong way.
Yeah.
And you're not old enough that you can't think that they're saying this because they are uneducated. You're thinking that they're saying it because they want to make fun of you.
Yeah, they're teasing you.
But they just don't know any better.
Yeah.
Really. And that's all they've heard. Like they've heard it from their uncle or their auntie saying, oh, those PNG people, you know, they eat people and
they're wild or they're So that was what was good about Cairns was I could go to a school where not many people looked like me, but then I got to meet so many other PNG people, Torlos, people from Rabaul that I had the best of both worlds, I guess, if you want to put it that way. Like, That's so good. And moving on from, you know, high school, your time at high school. Yeah.
You know, how did you know, what happened after that? Did you go straight into, you know, what you're in now, the fitness industry, or were you doing a few other things before then?
I've been in the fitness industry now 13 years, but I've done some time in the army.
Wow.
I've done some time, different jobs, to be honest, anywhere from like construction, landscaping. I even I went to uni for a bit. So I guess fitness hasn't always been something I did straight after school. So to be honest with you, I think straight after school, wasn't sure what I was going to do. I wasn't super set on a specific thing. And I found fitness after doing different things, and then I was like, oh, this is actually, to use the word passionate, I was like, oh, I've found something I am passionate about and I love doing. So it didn't come straight away, but it came in the end. So worked out all right.
Yeah. And what drew you to that? Because I know there's a lot, you know, when you talk about the word, you know, passion and finding your passion, there's usually something that, you know, draws you to that aspect of that thing.
Yep.
So what was that for you?
I think I found when, like helping people early on, to be honest with you, I wasn't even fully qualified, and this person asked me to set up their gym, and then I was thinking, hang on, I'm not even fully qualified, and that was I helped set up this gym for these people. They just wanted this gym set up, and they said, "Oh, you and this other person, can you just set this gym up, and we'll pay you?" And I was like, "Okay." I wasn't fully certified, so I helped set up this gym, and then I thought I started. I started studying fitness, and then and it is as honest as a lot of personal trainers say, I started helping people, then realizing, wow, I'm like helping people, and I'm now changing people's lives. So that's when I thought, this is, I can't put a price on this. So yeah, I think when truly helping someone, and it's not just about the exercise, but how it shapes their whole life. That's how I started getting passionate about it. And then I realized I even used exercise myself as to help me get out of some dark times, to be honest.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I found this fitness can help me turn around things, that can help me now turn around things in my life in other areas, career, relationships, business, and other things. So yeah.
I think it's definitely an important thing, and helps you, you know, get rid of some of you know, it's a outlet for stress, you know.
Yeah, it is. It honestly. And how many times would you heard this, or you've done it yourself, as I do myself?
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to train, I don't really feel like it.
Yep.
I've had a lot of stress, a lot of crap going on.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like doing this workout. You do the workout, and at the end, you're like, feel amazing, and you're like, oh my God, I'm glad I just did that.
Feel the best.
I just changed my whole mood, my whole perspective. Let's go kick some butt somewhere else now.
Yeah, literally, I'm ready for the day. Or you know, if you train in the afternoon, then you know you feel accomplished that you've gotten through that after your long day.
It has to be a part of everyone's life now. I think it's more prevalent now.
Yeah,
I think because of the mental health. Like, it's amazing, to be honest.
It is.
It's amazing.
And there's a lot of different, you know, types of training. Is there one sort of training that you specialize in? Is there one that you like? What's that for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. To be honest, when I started, I was kind of doing anything and everything.
Yeah.
And I actually thought you had to be like that. Like back 13, 14 years ago, it was like, I thought you just had to like change your style and just please everyone. But then I started really going down the rabbit hole of strength training and then mobility training. So I was really drawn to something that I knew, that I found out how strength carries on through everything else, with other areas of your life, sport, anything, and any other lifestyle, from just cleaning up at home, picking up something off the ground, to working at home, or even just growing older with your kids. So I found I was really drawn to strength training. I love getting stronger. I love moving better. And then I found all the other little incentives from strength training and mobility training of just, like I used to really have bad posture, to the point of, in my sporting days, like I'd done my hamstring 3 or 4 times, due to my lower back and pelvis positioning. So, and I used to have really bad shoulders. So, to answer your question from another point of view, is I found strength training for my own self and what was going on with my own body, because I used to get injuries. My posture was bad. And then I found strength training has just fully changed that around with the mobility training. And then I guess now a lot of clients who come to me is for those two main points: strength training, mobility, helping with posture. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in the, mobility side and what you said about posture, because I feel like a lot of people, and I only identified this, 2 or 3 years ago for myself as well, but it definitely does play a big part in, your everyday movements and how you feel. If you're not sitting up straight, like me, I noticed whenever I sit down, I've been told that my head sticks out too far.
Yeah, going forward. Forward neck posture.
Yeah, and I need to bring it back a bit more. And it always happens, and I catch myself doing it all the time.
Yeah.
But it just, from doing that, brings a lot of stress on my traps, necks, and then also pulls the shoulders
Rounders
forward.
go short. Yeah.
So, I mean,
Tight
just hearing you say that, I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. And everything you just said is just bang on. Like what I found was trying to train someone without kind of addressing their posture or mobility. It's kind of like banging that square peg into the circle.
Yeah.
They actually can't get into certain positions to do that exercise right, technique-wise, or even work the right muscles effectively. So then I found, it's kind of skipping this major part of just getting someone to follow this program, but then meanwhile, they have the forward neck posture, they got rounded shoulders, they got tight hips, lower backs jammed up. So, I now know I can train someone for 3 months and they've turned around and gone, oh wow, I'm stronger, I feel better, my clothes feel better, but also I'm not getting the pains that I get with my head and neck or the forward neck posture, because we've started working their scapulars, the back muscles. We started strengthening their glutes and their legs. But even though one thing I found really good is people don't know what positions they're doing with their lower back and pelvis, which then affects the hips, lower back. So I really love what I do, because I know changing lives, but also how we train. This is going to be the rest of your life, really sustainable. Yeah. And just quickly, because this is pretty recently, started training a lady who was she had the run coming up, a run coming up in Noosa, which she just done last weekend, and leading up to this run, she was getting pains while running or after. So we done 3 to 4 months of strength training, addressing everything from ankle, knee, and hips. And to hear someone then at the end, she just done the run, to be like, had no pain while running, and also days after, no pain. So I'm just like, it's those little things that I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah. So I work with a lot of office workers, and they're sitting a lot. So we know now, sitting, tight hips, lower back, shoulder, neck. So I love training someone strength and mobility, and then even as little as 2 weeks, they're talking about, I'm not getting the neck pains that I was getting. It's a big part. And I think the fitness industry can get caught up in trying to just kind of skip all these parts and just get the person training and moving and don't worry about it. But
look this way, or
and it comes undone.
It
comes undone. It comes undone because they can't move properly. They can't get into certain positions. Yeah. And I think if you address that, you address the total package, not just the just the two little aesthetics part of it, or
and because that's. Talk us through, what you're doing now.
Yep.
Obviously, we heard a bit there, but what are you doing now? And I guess how can people get in touch if they're keen to reach out?
So as well as I do one-on-one personal training at Genesis, and we have 2 clubs. For the last year, I helped coach PTs with their business or with training and anything personal training related. And probably for the start of this year to now, I've taken on the other club. So I go to work at 2 clubs now, and again, coaching PTs as well as training my own clients. And but I've now looked at it as I don't really like the word manager, so I prefer words like coaching and mentoring.
Yep.
Either people have just been certified new trainers or even someone who's experienced. So I found the value in it early on. So even in my career, I've had personal training mentor. I did a 6-month mentorship.
Yeah.
And I found that really valuable to have someone that we talked about everything, and to have someone that's gone through the trenches tell me exactly how this is, and not just read it from a book or so. And then I caught up with this guy once a week for 6 months, and I paid him as well. And I've had business mentoring. I've done so much. I've had mentoring in social media, advertising, marketing, and business coaches. So I don't really like the word PT manager. So yeah, I prefer coaching or mentoring is a better word. I'm really loving it, to be honest. I love training people, but it's this other side now has given me a different view on, wow, now I'm like a part of the industry helping personal trainers. So yeah, I really love coaching and mentoring personal trainers. Yeah. I get a lot out of it. So, cause I got a lot out of it as well. So I know now without being mentored, I know I probably wouldn't be able to mentor someone because I've been mentored. Yeah. So I know how valuable it is. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because even now I follow your Instagram and I see you doing a lot of interviews with
I love it, man.
other trainers and even some of the funny stuff. Hello, this is Trevor.
T-Rev.
T-Rev from, whatever.
I actually, Paradise Personal Training.
Paradise Personal Training. Oh, guys, you gotta go follow Trevor. We'll put his socials up, but some of those videos, they're just hilarious, bro. And they're just, because it's you're playing on your own job, really.
That's and like the best thing, like people have asked me like, how'd you come up with the ideas for those videos, the funny ones? And I'm like, because I've had these conversations, all these interactions like this.
Yeah.
And so I thought, without offending anyone, I thought I'd just make a play on it and see the funny side of it and the humor side of it. So I actually just get the content from all the experiences I've had.
Oh man, I love it, and you should keep doing it.
Yeah. So I think the best content just comes from real life experiences.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
exactly, and that's what we found too. On the Unkles, a lot of our videos, we went out to Pacifica Vibes.
Yeah, I've been watching them. I was watching them this morning.
Yeah. So we went out there and we just spent 2 or 3 hours going around talking to different
real people.
And those videos are some of our most high performing videos across all our socials. Yeah, it's just because we're talking to everyday people, real people.
It was actually interesting because I'm like, some of the people you guys interviewed, I'm like, they'd say their background, and then you're like, oh wow, like that guy was this heritage and then mixed with that heritage, and you're like, wow, I've never heard of that mix.
Yeah.
And then another guy like, oh yeah, I'm this and I'm that, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting.
Yeah. It's so cool. Special. Yeah, there's so many different PNG people out there, and I think with our platform, we can. Share their stories because everyone has a story, everyone's different, everyone's got something to give, and this is our own way on like helping them express it.
That's right. Yeah. And like we talked off camera, you guys' platform is awesome. We're not going to read this in a book or watch a documentary. This is real people getting the real story. So yeah, it's good.
That's it's. Yeah, I wish we could go on for a whole day here.
I know.
But we're coming to the end now. Yeah. But our last question, we always ask people, what their advice might be, whether it's for a younger Trevor, coming up through school and trying to figure out life, or for a younger boy or girl that's you know, trying to find their way here or in PNG as well, what would be your advice for them?
I think of myself when I was younger, and then all the experiences I've had with others, and I think one thing I encountered, and even from my own journey, was maybe being shamed to ask questions or ask for help. And I don't, you know, maybe some people will relate to this, and I feel like there's not a stupid question. Like I know that now, but maybe when I was younger, I thought, oh, I better not ask that because you're going to look silly. And I think, and I don't know whether like, you know, like asking for help, I know that can take a lot. So I would say to younger people like now, just don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask that question that you think might be silly, and go and find people that will help support and guide you, and whether that is mentoring, depending on your situation. But I think, don't be afraid to ask for help, and that could be for a lot of things: school, sport, mental health, family stuff, relationship stuff. I think find someone you can talk to, ask for help, and better yet, even if you can find people that can help guide you and support you like a mentor. So, yeah, that's it.
Thanks so much, Trevor. I really enjoyed today's chat.
Yeah, it's good seeing you today.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you. Appreciate this.
We always tell people, you know, it's not the. It is the first time, but it won't be the last time.
Yeah.
The
No
uncles
worries.
will be around forever, and I know
Love this show too.
Yeah.
Even asked for a shirt. I was thinking I could buy it here today.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. We tell everyone first, but it's not the last. So we want to bring you back on, hear about, you know, how your business is evolving and where you're getting at. So we'll be back here again.
No worries. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.